Hello and welcome to Red Tie Live, the interview. Now, usually we do the interview before the live stream, but there were some health-related hiccups, let's just say. So, Ronnie Ladobruk, I'm so glad that you're with us, and I'm still smiling ear to ear from your performance. That was so much fun. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you so much. We had an absolute blast time of our lives. Once again, thank you to the Red Tie crew for taking such amazing care of us. Yeah, it was a blast. It was amazing to play these new songs off the new record for the first time and have it in such an amazing live stream capacity and platform. So we had a blast.
I'm glad to hear that. And it was all good except for some mild injuries.
Yeah, it's so funny. It wasn't captured on the live stream because it cut to Ryan doing a drum fill, but I actually popped my knee out of place.
Oh.
After the live stream cut, my band had to help me carry my gear down, and they carried it all down and they helped me down the stairs. But we're good to go here. We're healing up, so we're all good.
Now, was this before or after John hurt his ankle?
I think this was after. I didn't even know John hurt his ankle. That's right, he did hurt his ankle.
Yeah.
Rock and roll is a vicious game.
It's a hard lifestyle, but somebody's got to do it. So we appreciate you for putting your bodies on the line like that.
For any time. For our art.
Exactly. So, Ronnie, how did you learn how to play guitar? I read a little blurb saying that you got one for Christmas when you were around 14. Where did it go from there?
Pretty much just became my obsession. YouTube videos, listening to music. It's all I ever did. Through my formative years in high school and stuff, that's all I ever did. I would even skip school to practice guitar. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Maybe could have done better academically, but I think it paid off with my musicianship. Just fell in love with it, and it took off. So
did you primarily teach yourself through YouTube videos, or did you have any formal teachers and training combination?
I taught myself completely.
Fully? Wow, that's amazing. That's very cool.
Thank you.
Can we take it back to Canada's Got Talent?
Yes, yeah.
So you were on Canada's Got Talent.
Yeah.
That was 10-ish years ago.
I was 18.
Just a baby.
Yeah, just a baby. Yeah, not knowing what was coming next. So.
And so I've watched the clip of it. I think it's on your YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that experience like for you, especially being 18? That's a big deal. When you enter a contest like that and you get featured, what did that kind of teach you about putting yourself out there?
It was a really amazing experience. I knew right off the bat that I wasn't going to win because you can't really you can market it, but there's not really a market for guitar solos or guitar shredding, right? But I just knew that even the exposure of getting my name out there would do big things. I would get to meet people through that. Opportunities would come. It was a big lesson in putting yourself out there because you have to do it. Even if you're uncomfortable, people are going to say things, good or bad. You just have to put yourself out there and believe in yourself and your talent and what your path is.
Wise words. So you are very active on YouTube, and we talked a little bit about this during the stream. What do you like about that platform as compared to other forms of social media?
I love YouTube because everybody uses it. It doesn't matter age demographic, anything. Everybody uses YouTube. My grandma uses YouTube. My little 14-year-old cousin uses YouTube. So you'll always have an audience there, and it's very specific. If you type in guitar and you tag your video guitar, you'll show up there. Even if there's a million videos, you'll still be in there. And people spend lots of time on YouTube. Somebody will watch you. You're always guaranteed. As with other kind of platforms, maybe, and we're all guilty of it. You'll be scrolling Facebook and you'll see something and you're like, oh, I'll check that out later. You never do.
And you never do.
Yeah, but YouTube is a really great platform for artists and just creative people in general.
So if you haven't checked it out, Ronnie's page has over 1,000 subscribers. Yay!
Let's monetize. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
You had done a post on Facebook, and I think it kind of tied into YouTube in a way that it said something about you were coming out of playing a show and someone stopped you and they're like, oh my God, you're the reason I play guitar.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that was wild. A few shows ago, last month actually, we were loading out of a show we played at the Osborne Tap House, and this guy came up and he was like, oh my God, you're Ronnie Ladobruk. Like, you're one of the reasons I play guitar, which is like super cool. It just blew me away. It meant a lot to be able to have that effect on somebody's life, especially locally, because there's so many local heroes I look up to around the city, and it's just a really cool feeling, and that all coincides with getting yourself out there once again, whether it's YouTube or even playing shows. Anything you can do to get you or your band out there, you got to do it.
Got to do it.
Yeah.
You also do a little bit of session work, right? Like, you were nominated as a session guitarist for Juno in 2020. Can you tell us a little bit about that and about how you find work and some of the people you've worked with?
For sure, yeah. That was an amazing experience. I worked with Fresh IE. It was his record, first off, was absolutely incredible. It was nominated for a Juno. I had a songwriting credit on it for playing guitar.
Nice.
So I got a Juno nomination for that as well, which blows my mind. My family was so proud. It's such an amazing experience. And then something cool happened through the pandemic. I actually did some session work for Hawksley Workman.
Okay.
Who is?
Did he just come through town, or is he coming through town?
He just came.
Came through. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and it's super cool to call him a friend. And the session work just comes through, once again, putting yourself out there. Funny story about that was a buddy of mine, Bruce, tagged me on Twitter, and I hadn't been on Twitter before the pandemic in like so long. So I finally logged on, and I was like, I'll just check it. And then I saw I got tagged in all these things, but they were like months and months ago. And I'm like, oh my God.
Did I miss the boat?
Yeah, did I miss the boat? So Hawksley had said, like, who are some shredders out there, young shredders?
Okay.
So I DM'd him and sent him some videos, and it's just cool how, like, if you can just go through social media and message these acclaimed artists and amazing people you listen to, and the session work comes through word of mouth and just putting yourself out there, for sure.
So you just recently played the local jukebox show. How did that go?
That was amazing. It was a packed house. Everybody had so much fun. We played for a lot of people who had never seen us before, which was it's always an amazing experience because it's funny. You see us walk out on stage, and people are kind of like, who is this? Like, what are they about? And then we start playing, and you slowly see them being won over, and that's always the goal. No matter who we play for, is like we're gonna win you over.
Does this happen a lot?
I did see that a little, but it was super cool, and to play Romy May's songs and do our own take on them, it was pretty incredible. Like, she's such an amazing songwriter. To be able to kind of get in her mind and her band's mind on how they write these songs, and it was incredible. And then her doing our songs, I was brought to, like, a tear in my eye when she did our song Bourbon Street. She did it so beautiful. Like, it was I have goosebumps right now thinking about it. Yeah, no, it was incredible. Very, very amazing. And once again, the event was put on by Joey Sempt, who we all love and respect so much, and it was her birthday show, so it was amazing to see her have so much fun and be able to do this for Joey. So
that's awesome. So if you haven't watched it yet, we've got the Red Tie Live with Ronnie Ladobruk and the Electric up on the Facebook page. You can go back, rewatch it as much as you want, share it, love it, give it all the love. It is so much fun. The biggest thing that I took away while watching your band back at the end of April there was that everybody seems to bring something really different to the table. So, like, in one sentence, what does each of the bandmates bring?
For sure. Before we continue with that, I want to say, when you are watching Red Tie Live and you go back to our episode, make sure you grab a Torque beer and enjoy it as you watch. Everybody brings something different, and that's what makes us so... I like to say our sound is energetic and powerful, and that's a culmination of everybody. Ryan comes from a metal background, so he brings those ferocious drums that just make you, like, whenever I watch him drum, I'm just like, oh.
Ferocious was a great word to describe it, that he's playing, for sure.
100%. Ferocious drumming. Jordan brings that groove. He comes from a metal background too, but he brings that groove, and his bass lines are so catchy. Like, I hear them in my head all the time. And John brings such an incredible layer of, like, chords and riffs, and it really complements what I do, because like I'll bring an idea to the rehearsal room, and John will lay down something that's just totally amazing over it, and just combining those guitar parts on top of the bass and the drums. And then over the years, I've worked really, I'll say really again, hard on my vocals, because when I started singing, I was terrible, and I worked really hard to be able to become somewhat listenable. So to be able to work on that craft and lyric writing, and for myself, I'm just always trying to get better. So it's incredible to have everybody bring what they bring together, and then allow me to try and do my thing to round it out.
Thank you. That's an interesting way to segue into the thing I wanted to ask you next. It seems like everybody, like I said, brings a lot of different things to the table, which you definitely just explained. But also, everybody seems to have sort of their fingers into these like fun other little projects as well. Like I watched the Deftones cover that John did. I was reading about the collaboration that Jordan did with Bo Neufeld and Kevin Hogg. How do you guys balance out like being able to do those kinds of things and focus on the Ronnie Ladobruk and the Electric?
So it comes back to like the passion and love we have for it. Like we'll always come back together for our own band, but it's so fun to watch everybody go and do like venture off and do their own musical things. Like not only does John have the Deftones thing he worked on there, but he's got his own cover band. He's got a lot of projects. Ryan. He's done some really cool session work. Jordan did the collabo season with Matt there. It's just passion. Like you'll always find a way to balance it out if you love it.
Amazing. So what's coming up, or what's your hope for the next couple of months? We talked in the live stream about a bunch of shows that you have lined up. What's that going to look like over the next while? Yeah,
for sure. So June 4th coming up, we're at the Rec Room. That's going to be a fun show. After that, there's a couple I can't announce yet, and I'm kind of like, should I announce them on here? But no, we won't. We're playing out of town. I'll say the Brandon area in June, near the end of June. And then we've got Bankside Music Festival in July. And then we've got another big festival in July.
That we can't announce yet, but it's coming very soon.
Coming very soon. And then, August, we're out of town in Thunder Bay. My hope is just that all these shows go smoothly and nothing gets canceled, because we're still in this, like, and there's so many unknowns, but let's keep faith that everything will go smoothly, and we're just going to keep booking. We're going to book out of town. Hopefully we've got a festival in Calgary in October.
Nice.
We're just going to work on getting out of town more, too. So slowly travel with this new record. So.
Build that fan base, to wider and wider across Canada.
Yeah.
So I guess in those shows, too, you'll be sort of working on the new batch of songs, the album that was just released in April, sort of perfecting the live versions of all that stuff?
100%, yeah. Adding different things. The beautiful thing is, like, you can lay down a record and have all these songs, but to do them live, to add, like, another level... Because all my favorite bands that I've ever seen live have always added that next thing to their songs live that make you like just in awe. And I would love to do that, whether it's like sing-alongs or different starts and like emphasizing different parts of the songs. But yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so it's called Heal My Soul. It's Ronnie Ladobruk and the Electric's latest album. It is available wherever you get your music, on all the streaming platforms. If people want to connect with you beyond listening to the album, beyond checking out the live stream that they did with Red Tie Live at the end of April, which was amazing, where else can they find you?
Add me on Facebook. I'll add you back. We'll chat. It'll be awesome. Look us up on Instagram. Don't check Twitter. I'll probably not check that for a couple years. But yeah, just feel free to connect with us. We're all approachable. We would love to talk to you, and we just want to say thank you to everybody for the amazing support, our family, our friends, all of Winnipeg, all of our fans outside of Winnipeg. Like it's been incredible to come out of the past 2 years and feel like we've gotten stronger as songwriters and have so many incredible opportunities. Like some of these shows this summer, I would have never thought we would ever get these opportunities. So we're going to make the best of them and do our best.
Awesome. We want to say a big thank you to Torque Brewing. If you haven't checked out their new beverages, this one's called Booter. Is there a more perfect spring beer for Winnipeg? Don't think so.
Right on. This one's Roadrunner. I'm going to have one after this stream here.
And Ronnie, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Make sure you go check out Ronnie Ladobruk and The Electric on Red Tie Live. You can find it on our Facebook page. You won't regret it.